Let's take a look at what's on trend in the NFC. The Lions, their pass rush was elite when Aiden Hutchinson was on the field last season. Their 8% sack rate would have ranked third in the NFL. They would have led the league in pass rush win rate, but it all collapsed when he was injured in week 6. Hutchinson played just 5 games last year, and he still led the team in sacks with 7.5, almost twice as many as the next closest Lions player. And in Mel Kiper Jr.'s latest mock draft, he has Detroit taking outside linebacker James Pierce Jr. So, Mina, is this the right move for the Lions?
I think going edge is the right move for the Detroit Lions, one of the very few needs they have on their roster. I have a couple of players I like a little bit more. 2 of them you're seeing here, Michael Williams, Shamar Stewart. I don't know if they'll be available when the Lions are picking. Of course, that comes with a caveat. Shamar Stewart is one that I would single out as I think being a particularly good fit. Incredible athlete, incredible get-off, traits out the universe, but didn't have the sack production. So I like him in Detroit opposite Aiden Hutchinson, where he can develop as a pass rusher opposite player who's very, very good at it.
Yeah, and to help compensate for the loss of him, they did blitz at the second highest rate in the NFL. All right, let's go to Dallas now, where the run game has been trending downwards. The Cowboys struggled to run the ball in 2024. They ranked outside the top 25 in yards per rush, yards per game, first down percentage, and explosive run rate, pretty much everything. They averaged just 4 yards a carry last year, the team's lowest since the 2012 season. And Mel Kiper Jr. has them taking running back Omari Hampton in round 1. D. Woody, do you like it? Is this the right move?
I do. I know some people have a problem picking a running back in the first round. I actually think it's a great time to pick a running back. And I think Omari Hampton is he's one of those, he's like a 1B back in this draft. Big, explosive tone setter. And when you think about the Dallas Cowboys, when the Dallas Cowboys were humming and good, it was the offensive line as a running game. And so I think they need to get back to that if they want to get to where they want to go.
Yep, last time they took a running back in the first round was Zeke Elliott, 4th overall in 2016. All right, Green Bay, maybe they're trending towards getting some help at wide out. Their wide receivers dropped 25 passes last year, tied with the 2023 Chiefs for the most by any team in the last decade. In response to that, of course, as you'll remember, the Chiefs traded up. They got Xavier Worthy in the 2024 draft. Kind of seems like a strategy the Packers running back Josh Jacobs could get behind.
That, and then obviously we got a really young group of receivers. All can be really, really, really special, but I think personally we need a guy that's proven to be a number 1 already. So somebody that's we know is going to be a little bit more consistent.
That maybe played here before?
If he come at the right price. He come at the right price. Tell him to slide. I've had to talk some tape.
Well, wide receiver help could be on the way, and a rookie deal. According to Mel Kiper Jr., he has them taking Ohio State wideout Emeka Egbuka in round 1. Bill, do you think that's a right fit for Green Bay?
I don't like disagreeing with the legend Mel Kiper, but the guy he has 1 pick before is the one I like more for the Packers. That's Matthew Golden, the Texas wide receiver. And it's just, I think Egbuka's a great player, but Golden has a rare level of speed that I think the Packers need. He ran a 4.29 at the combine. That's a team that they run more on early downs than anybody else in football. So you got those safeties creeping into the box. You have people very aware of Josh Jacobs and that run game. What you need is then a player to go over the top, off a play action, scare those safeties into staying out of the box. That's what you get with Matthew Golden. A complete player, not just a gimmick guy who's going to go deep, but definitely a threat downfield with that 4.29 speed.
Yeah, but Mina, they haven't drafted a wideout in the first round since 2002. Do you think that's the move for them at pick 23?
I don't, unless perhaps Golden was there or, God willing, Ted McMillan, then I would run in the pick. But if that doesn't happen, I would be surprised if they took a receiver. I really like Egbuka, who Mel Kiper assigned to them. I just think he's a little bit too similar to receivers already on their roster. Right. Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed give you, that slot production, jet sweeps, work out of the backfield even. They need what Bill described, which is speed on the outside, and I'm not sure that will be available for them there. They also have other needs, corner, edge, And of course, as you just discussed, a history of not drafting receivers in the first round. So I would actually be kind of surprised if they changed up their tendencies this year just based on the actual receivers in the draft.
Yeah, listen, I agree with Mina. I think, the pick that Mel Kiper has, the receiver is too similar to the guys they already have on the roster. You need someone who has break. I think you need someone who can create those explosive type plays in the passing game, the speed to get on top of some of these DBs that we see in the National Football League. So I'm not thrilled with this spin. I hate to disagree with Mel Kiper because he's the GOAT at this, but I just think that receiver is too similar to what they have on their roster.
Yeah, and those receivers might be changing in the years to come. Christian Watson, who's currently out with a torn ACL he suffered in January, is going to be a free agent after this season. So is Romeo Doubs. Jaden Reed is a free agent after next season. I know these guys have been young and promising for a long time. The Packers are going to have to make some tough decisions soon about who they're going to pay out of this group, and that might lead them to draft another guy to replace some of those players who might leave in free agency.
Yeah, they haven't even had a 1,000-yard receiver since Devontae had that season in 2021 when Aaron Rodgers was MVP. Now, in case you missed it, something about another receiver that we found kind of funny. As you know, the Bengals recently paid their 2-star wideouts, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Well, Higgins was asked what he would do with his new paycheck.
So you guys get this new money, this big money. Is there anything, Jamar T, that you always wanted to buy that you now need?
I'm putting a fish tank in my wall. Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta sit on that.
I think Jamar was a little surprised by that. Hey, D. Woody, what did you do with your big payday? What did you buy?
I actually did that. I did in my home. I got like an aquarium. So I built a home and put an aquarium inside of it. So it's very relaxing, especially for the kids. So yeah.
You actually did that. I mean, it wasn't a Lambo. It wasn't anything else. It was. How much does a big fish aquarium cost, by the way? Just curious.
A lot, like a lot. And I spent like $250,000 on it.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I guess it's worth it to just sit and watch those fish and be relaxed.
Wow, fish tank.
I know, right? That is wild. Was not expecting
We're in the
that.
wrong business.
Okay. Coming up on NFL Live, the Browns have a big decision to make in April's draft. Will they draft a quarterback, or could Cleveland have something else in mind? We'll dive into it. Get it? Kind of like diving into a fish tank.